With a yo-ho-ho, it's Tale of the Toaster, and the news on Inazuma 11 Victory Road has just dropped. Look at me being on time for once. It is 1:59 in the afternoon, and we are going to see a new trailer, or at least gameplay footage, which has dropped here on August 31st, the last day of the month. We have the tweet going off from Inazuma Series, linking to a development blog, currently only available in Japanese. And right at the top of it is a trailer. So what do we want to see? Are we going to get Ozrock in the trailer? Do we meet any brand new characters? Learn about the relationships of the current one? Probably not. I think this is going to be gameplay focused. 1 minute and 46 is what we've got to expect. And subtitles along the bottom, which I may or may not be able to read. I think this will mostly be about gameplay and showing off the new online seasonal mode, but if we get any new special moves in the process, that would be excellent. So let's just let it rip. 3, 2, 1, go. See if I get copyright struck right out the gate. Oh, it's proper. Just seeing the characters move in a new way is like enough already. We got Kisoji Hater here, my favourite defender. He's broken past in a streamlined but new looking way. Oh, here we have the return of Whirly Whirly. Let's go. I love the custom text on top of it. Who's this? Oh, well, guess we're not meant to be paying attention to them then. So it seems... Oh, hello, nice backflip kick. So I guess this is mainly about how command duels work now, because Chrono Stones was the one that first changed them a lot with the left or right dash, and it seems like a natural advancement on that idea. Break by picking the right side, but it's kind of happening in real time instead of stopping the action for it. So I like that idea. Wind God's Dance will always be in every future Inazuma game, it appears. I just love seeing official artwork of all the characters in the new art style here in the menu, though. That's one of the main things. Like, you know how hard it is to find official artwork of Inazuma 11 characters sometimes? So to know that we'll just be able to rip them out of the game will be excellent. They're still doing us a very good job of not showing us any shooting moves, but that's mainly about looking into the mechanics, I suppose. Aiming the shot on deflection. Hyperdimensional soccer we're on now, not just super dimensional. And the next bit of information will be released on the 16th of November or September, by the looks of it. Let's just get clarification on that. That's American dates, that is. No, that's English dates, actually. 23rd... Wait, no, that's the year. So on the 16th of September, we get PV3, which... you know, whatever that means, Personal Vision 3, and then on the 21st, the Tokyo Game Show, which we know is hosting an Inazuma 11 demo, will be kicking off, and there'll be information there by virtue of the game being in attendance. So let's have a read of the blog. This has not been translated professionally. I don't have any tweets to translate instead because this is so recent, but let's just have a look. So midfielding, he once thought the old system was a good way to do things, but as he played for a long time and started to play longer to get his favourite players, it might get a bit boring. So now we have a new, more surprising system. I think basically that was the idea he was going for with the left and right dash in Chrono Stones anyway, but now eventually the more you played that game, the less it did matter because your stats would just overpower them anyway. So possibly more decision making and more randomness to it. So midfielders must firmly demonstrate their presence in the midfield, which it wasn't really possible to do before now, and they just turned into a passing point in front of a goal. True! They were either forwards that were slightly further back, or they were there to pass to someone else. So now they've developed Focus as a system to play against each other in the midfield, and we've just seen it in action. We don't really understand it in its fullest, but it all looks pretty flashy to me. Special move. The image of techniques is that it's natural to use them, and you're throwing if you don't use them. It's basically an auto loss. But for this story, it would be difficult to improve the story if the world of moves are commonplace with you. So he's basically saying, like Ares and like Go Galaxy, they want characters to start with no moves in this team and kind of gradually gain them in a way that makes canonical sense. So he's also reflected the whole game to reflect not having to use moves as often, or at least using them in the right place instead of spamming, which is also something I like. Inazuma 11-1 is probably the closest example to when you're using moves, you are using moves. You don't have backups like fighting spirits and special tactics. You're using one of your few moves, or you're just doing a charge or a regular shot. So something closer to that will be great, and the tension gauge we'll gradually learn more about, where you build up as a team to make the special moves happen. And zone, so that allows for cool plays in front of the goal. So that was what we just saw Axel Blaze doing. It slows the speed of the play down, so you can be more specific in what you want to do there. With the stylus, it was possible for two players to sneak in front of the goal from left and right, confuse the keeper and take a shot. Is that the TXM strategy from the from the Dark Souls mod, by any chance, that Akihiro Hino is referring to here? Well, here on the console, it will be a bit more 3D, and you can specify the movement of the ball. Hope it doesn't get too hard like Captain Tsubasa does. I was talking about TXM and Alexander Greensmith with this in person earlier this week. We met up for his 10k sub special. We all tried to play Captain Tsubasa, and we all gave up on Chapter 3 because we found it too hard. So hopefully not one of those, but I think for Inazuma we'll persist a little bit more. And passive effects, just like in the... Is that meant to say capsule game like Inazuma SD, or you're on about fighting spirit style? I don't know, but passive effects, more than just spirit big moves. It'll be like fire up to the... Well, fire attacks increase to the whole team, I suppose. It doesn't really say any more than that. And the next, I guess PV means preview. This time I'm not talking about the best story ever, but I'm confident that the content is very good. The development just before the end is like Inazuma, with 3 beats of tears, laughter and slapstick. That's what I want. I don't need an overly complicated story really, unless you go all the way with Chronos Suns and Galaxy, make it silly as heck. I just want it to make me laugh, and I want to grow attached to some new characters. To be honest, I'm just glad that we are getting a new story at all, to be honest, and means that I can do my own traditional Let's Play while everyone else focuses on the online seasonal stuff and whatnot. So you can see a glimpse of that in the drama edition for mid-September. So the next update, they're basically saying, will be about story. And I hope I'll be able to react to that properly while I'm not moving house. I think that'll be... Tell you what, 16th. Let's check my calendar right now. Am I busy? 16th, we're free. Wait a minute. It's all coming up Tale of the Toaster, as long as I don't have to move house at that time. So that is it for the update. It's fairly small, but shall we just have a quick rewatch of the gameplay while we send us off? Love that Bachira pose coming out from Hater. A little Blue Lock inspired, but it's obviously just something that people do naturally. So it's good to see the button inputs on the right-hand side. Who's that, by the way, that forward? Looks kind of occultish, but I don't... Either I hadn't seen them before, or they've just been redesigned so comprehensively that they're not recognisable. I think it is an occult player at the end of the day. Just... We've got the height increase from Ares, and then the art style rework from Victory Road as well. So that was a little bit of a slowdown, but I think they're more on about the Axel Blaze style. Ricardo is obviously focused on midfielding, as is Sunny in Orion style, so they're using them. Shinohara, she's a forward, but nevertheless there is Nathan doing a bit of midfielding for us. Can see Sunny in the back, using up some of the tension gauge for Wind God's Dance, so we did know about that, but it took it out. It took it down a significant amount. Also Mark's kit. We've seen that kit before, we haven't seen it so zoomed in, like it without the white felt different. I guess it's the goalkeeper kit anyway. as a last-minute pass. Oh, that's the guy from Orion in South Korea's team. I was more focused on that than watching the shot. So Sonny's in the box. He's already gone into slow motion. Sam's just going to have to get owned here. Pass over the other. Then Axel lines up what he wants to do. And no special move required. And because that saves his tension gauge, I hope there's genuinely going to be a focus on more regular goals when playing this game as well. Because some of my favourite goals to watch in the anime are just the regular shots. Just as long as it doesn't turn into a Inazuma 11 Strikers no-match situation where the only goals are from running around the goalkeeper. But there we go, we'll have another update on the 16th. For now, these are the newly evolved game systems. Hey, it's even got an English title on YouTube, which is cool to see. But yep, I'd again leave a comment, but I can't. But there we go. I'll get to making a thumbnail and I'll upload this. So thank you for watching. Inazuma 11 Victory Road looks superb.